Hello, my friends. Guess what time it is? It's time to demold our stuff. We will start, as a recap, 3/4 of this project was done with Perfect Cast. I don't know if you've used it or not, but that's what we used. Until we got to this big boy or girl. Didn't have enough of the Perfect Cast or Cast Perfect. I need to look up that bag. Perfect Cast, I was right. So I added in some mixture mold. Didn't know if it would work or not, but that's what we did. So we finished some extras and with some mixture mold. We did the heart, and we did this tealight, and this small heart. Only a small heart, because I have a plan for that. At least that's what I think. These were all done with the Perfect Cast, and they are all pretty much ready to be demolded. They are a little bit warm, the last ones. Sorry, I had to get my baby wipe out. It made a lot of noise. So we're going to start with the little extras first. I'm going to set that up there. And then we'll work our way to our eggs. Keep in mind, this was an experiment only because I had never used the Perfect Cast, and I was curious to see, you know, if it was like mixed mold, and the way it was. Pros and cons about it. Pros, it does mix pretty easily. It does behave pretty much like mixed mold or some others from what I've seen video-wise, not that I've tried it. The cons. The mixed mold is white. The powder is very white, so it adds, you know, lends itself to coloring better. Whereas the Perfect Cast has a yellowish tint to it. When you mix it up, it kind of reminds you of old porridge. You know, porridge from the old days had a grayish hue to it. That kind of turned me off of it. Also, it didn't take well, with that being said, it didn't take well to some of the colors. So, we'll see. Now, like I said, they're all experimental. Now, if you look at this one, the smaller egg, which we'll demold in a few minutes, was blue and green. We used the ultramarine. These are all Brea Reese inks, by the way. We used the ultramarine blue with the ocean green. Looking at it, I see some yellowish colors in here. Do y'all see that right there? Right around the side? So, I don't know how, and I'm thinking I'm seeing that through the mold. With this one, it was the medium magenta with the purple. But again, I see a bit of that yellowish color. I hope it's not in there. It does look like it marbled well, but I don't think I'm going to like that Perfect Cast color. These right here were extras with the blue and the green. And then we lost all the green, but still have a yellowish tint to them. These down here were the extras from the medium magenta and the purple. Yes, if you notice, they are not all poured to the top, poured to the same mix or level. This is a baking silicone mold. I don't know how it did, but they'll have, you know, they don't have to be filled all the way to the top, basically. Now, all of these pieces that we poured will need to be sealed because they're like a ceramic. So you do need to seal them, especially if you want to bring out the color and if you want to kind of waterproof them. I am waiting on a sealer to come from Amazon. I think it's supposed to be here Monday. I did try using on this piece, I didn't pour this one today, semi-gloss mold, and then on the back, I use this Folk Art Select Seal matte for polyurethane, just to see if it would work. It kind of did. I mean, it gave it a sheen, it sealed in that, but I want to see what wax will do. I don't like this high gloss here. That's, I mean, it's pretty, but it's not my thing. So I'm excited to see the wax though. So without anything else being said, let's go ahead and demold our extras. See what they look like. Okay. Now again, all 1, 2, these 3, 6 are just the perfect cast. And it did marble well, and it's very smooth. No bubbles. Need to do a little bit of sanding on the back, smooth that out. But the top is shiny. Y'all see that? It's very shiny, which is pretty cool. Okay, there's one of the paw prints. Again, marbled very well. Have teeny tiny bubbles there. But these would be great, you know, if you seal them for pocket hugs, you know, or keychains or dog, you know, backpacks or whatever you may want to do with them. Very smooth. Now, if you notice, the paw prints on these are on opposite sides, which is fine. But I do like the smoothness of it. I do like the sheen on the top. It does have a little bit of a shine. One itsy bitsy little tiny defect there. They are, you know, are coming out really well. This one has a few, well, got a little micro bubble there, none there. But I do like the fact that it does come out shiny. I do not like the fact that it's kind of yellowish. You see no green in that at all. Here's another one. As you can see, pretty shiny. That really surprises me, to be honest with you. Because these are matte molds, so the fact that that perfect cast gave it that sheen on top, and it's being so smooth. All right, our last blue one, that came out really good. So, besides the coloring, that yellowish color or grayish hue, it's not a bad product. It mixed up well, is very economical price-wise. Very easy to use and mix up. And like I said, a bag for about the same amount of mix-to-mold, 5.5 pounds. The bag of the Perfect Cast was only $8.99. The mix-to-mold was $21. All right, so let's go ahead and do our egg. of this. See the difference in that? It is still a little warm. Well, it's good. We'll do these extras when we do that egg. So let's see how our egg came out. I did slightly over pour them, just a bit. But this will be a test to see how easy these come out. Hopefully they'll roll out. There we go. Okay. It does have the sheen to it, but see, I just don't like that coloring. We lost all the green. It's very smooth. I'm just not a big fan of that color. There are absolutely, there's 1, 2 tiny little bubbles. See if it'd come out like that, and maybe once we seal it, it'll be okay, but yeah. Did stain my mold. Hopefully. Just wiping it out with the baby wipe. Before I forget, actually, because I will. That blue definitely stained in there like that. Okay, no biggie. All right. You know, I'm sorry, my nose is trying to run right straight off my face. I've had a sinus issue for the last couple weeks. I guess I need to do what the doctor advised and use that sinus Medi-Rinse, not a neti pot, my gosh. No, heck no, but the Medi-Rinse, those are great. So I do apologize in advance. Okay, so let's just set all those in there. Okay, so the next one we are going to demold is, again, the Perfect Cast. This was the magenta, the medium magenta, and the purple. And these were the extras. So, got some extra. That's the one thing about, I guess, about using eco resins is you get, you know, like little microfiber, powderish, I don't know what you call them, but anyway. Oh boy, these colors just stain my molds. So there's one, got a little bubble right there. But all in all, like I said, this Perfect Cast does, and got another one right there, the one there. It does have a nice smooth finish to it. You lose, you know, some of your colors. I mean, you see it on the back. But that grayish, yellowish color just takes over everything, it seems like. Very smooth. And yeah, it stained my mold. Okay. Now this one's pretty. It's more the color came through. A little bubble there, but, you know, if you drill a hole or something there, to make it a keychain or charm, you wouldn't see it. I didn't worry about pouring these all the way up or even, just because, again, it's experiment. But it is pretty. Just sort of. And I'm even wondering, do you seal these like you would, say, the mixed mold? I need to look that up because I don't think I've really seen anything about that. You see where I just rubbed my finger across it, it's got a little bit of the texture. All right, let me take this white. See if any of it comes off. Nope. Oh well, no big deal. As long as it doesn't affect, anything you do, staining the mold is not going to be a deal breaker. So, the next thing we are going to demold is our egg. And I'll tell you, that's one thing about this eco resin. These things have weight. I know I mentioned that before, but these will make great paperweights because they have some weight to them. This one, I said this was a 3 ounce. I'm thinking this was like 4 ounces, and the big one was like 5 ounces, which hopefully, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Not going to be impatient. They will be what they will be, right? All right. Let's loosen it up, see what we got. Now, I made these last year with epoxy resin. They turned out really, really pretty. We're just going to roll it down. Maybe. There we go. Okay. Put our mold back into shape. Wipe it out. Okay. I don't have to do a really super good cleaning on these once I'm done. Like I said, they are pretty stained. All right. So, it tried to marble. It really did. You can see a little bit of the purple, a little bit of the pink. Nope, they're not bubbles. They're the purple. It's got that sheen to it, but that color is just so off-putting. I don't know if once, if we seal them, and again, I need to check on that. This is what I was hoping for. Not this. But can you see how smooth they are? So that's a plus. It does come out smooth. I just don't like that color. It's got some weight to it. Almost like a softball, y'all. Did you hear that? Listen. That's heavy. All right. Listen. Okay. This is our extra from this. But there's a difference. This is still really warm. So is this. This is the Perfect Cast and the Mix to Mold combination. Because we did not have enough Mix to Mold to top this off. Right about there. Give me a second. I want to clean this bottom off. I don't want it everywhere. Okay. I tell you, these Brea Reese colors just really sting my molds. It's not going to hurt anything again, but now, if you notice, these are, gosh, they're heavy. Both of these, the colors that were used was, let me think about this. The red and, oh yeah, I tried to mix white into that Perfect Cast to lighten it up. Didn't do a thing. Didn't do a thing. So we took the, hang on folks, just clean the side off that so I don't have powder everywhere. Or crumbs. So we took, trying to think. Yeah, we took the stuff, added in the red rouge from Brea Reese again, and see how it kind of turned yellow? This was just the red. Kind of turned yellow. And then the next one you'll notice, it's just strictly mixed to mold. You'll notice the color difference. So we're going to do the heart first because it's technically the extra. It is a tealight mold. Like I said, it's still a little warm. I can feel it. I poured this mold once before. Now, here's an interesting thing. Just looking at the side. I'm not seeing this orangish color. So maybe that's oxygenation. So this is going to be interesting. Wow. So if that's just the bottom, I'm okay. Well, no, it's not just the bottom. It's definitely that mixed to mold. Still warm, but let me show you. So, see how orange that is? Look at this. Is that not beautiful? Beautiful. And then you see some of that not mixed to mold, Perfect Cast. Got that oranges there and in there. But, all in all, that red and white is beautiful. It's interesting how orange that is, though. Let's see. Perfect little tea light. This is color changing, sorry, but that's what I had right here. But when I tell you, it does not seem to have been affected by the two products being mixed. So that's cool. It's cured very well. Take a little bulge out of that mold, which is interesting because I don't remember that happening before. Now, that could have been because I did turn the heat mat on and those two materials combined, or products, but it's on the bottom. Not even going to notice it, but you can see it right there. This will need some sanding, but that marbled incredibly well. I'm excited. So, that's our tea light. Hopefully we have the same thing going on here. This is still pretty warm, but this is our egg. I hope that I don't see that perfect casting color because I just want to see this right here. And these are crepe paperweights. Listen to that. These were the two that were just poured with the mixture mold. Hear the difference? And these are the Perfect Cast. Sounds more like marble, right? That's interesting. So they both have the pros and cons. These, if somebody was to pick them up and, you know, we finish them off, they're going to go, oh, that's marble. These, they'd say, yeah, that's ceramic. Which do you think you get more bang for your buck? Marble or granite sounding? Or ceramic? What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think about the different sounds and the look. Alright. Now, y'all, I'm telling you, this sucker is heavy. Still warm. But man, is it heavy. Please, 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 just be this color. Just be this color in here, because that would be perfect. And again, it does have, you know, it's super smooth. It's got that light sheen to it. I'm sorry, y'all, I got to take this one up against me to get it to roll because it's larger. And I've only got 2 hands. Oh, please, please, please come out of there. All right, I think we're going to get it. Man, I can feel the heat in this one. Okay, I think we got it. Come on. Okay, let's get, see how that color, I don't remember that stain in my molds like that before. Is it the material composition, or do I just not remember it? I mean, it's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to do that yet because it's still kind of warm. All right. Y'all ready? That's beautiful. It would have been even more gorgeous if we didn't have that Perfect Cast color. But the marbling, the smoothness of it, no bubbles. Now, let's listen to this. Wow. Hear the difference? Is it the shape of the mold? The composition of it? I don't know. What do y'all think? Is that a bubble or... Can't tell. Yeah, that looks like one little bubble there. But it's so smooth, like marble or granite. I just wish that the Perfect Cast was white and not that yellowish, whatever color you want to call it. All right. We got 2 more to demold. 2 more. Just trying to make sure I'm getting my molds clean while I'm looking at them, because if I don't, I'll forget, and then I'll come back and I'll be mad at myself. All right. So the next one we have is the smaller heart here in this photo frame. Yes, it is meant to have the bigger heart, which we did not do today. Only because we have this one over here. And I want to do something different with it than make it like a photo frame or a heart hanging kind of thing. Hang on a sec. Just trying to clean up this mess as I go because I don't want this stuff everywhere. Now, a while back, I made that small heart in epoxy resin. Did that not turn out gorgeous? This was kind of like a test piece when I was first started. This was the back side of it, and that was the front side. And that crackling in there, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oop. Sorry, friends, I hit my camera. Let's get this out. Again, the mold is stained. I get a wipe out while I'm thinking about it, like I said, otherwise I will forget. Okay, that's done. Let's look at our heart. Yeah. Not really impressed with that. Smooth. I just want it to turn out like the backs. Those backs look so pretty. I mean, it's smooth. It did well. Which doesn't leave me hope, really, for a big heart. Because if the front turns out like this, I will not be happy. What do y'all think about that? I mean, I guess maybe if I seal it, it might bring out some more of those colors. But again, you can definitely hear the difference. Unsealed. Perfect cast. Marble sounding. Hear that? Now, don't get me wrong, these eggs are really pretty, but we'll see if I seal them. We got a lot done today. Look at all this stuff. We would have been waiting forever with regular epoxy. We would have probably been waiting on days. Days, I say. All right, now I can already tell you that, dang, that's heavy. This will probably need to be sanded down because I put the popsicle sticks in at the wrong place. And there is a bit of a hump. If the front turns out something like this, I will be truly happy. If it turns out something like that, I can't say that I will be happy. Cleaning up the sides of it, my friends. Just cleaning up the sides so it doesn't go cracking everywhere. All right. Y'all know I hate my desktop being messy. I don't like my molds being dirty, my tools being dirty, you know. There's some OCD in that manner, and I don't even consider myself OCD. All right, let's get this off. that doesn't give me a lot of hope. I can't believe how these all stained on my molds. I guess it's that Brea Reese ink or color. I don't know, because I've never had all my molds be stained like this after a pour. Is it the ink or is it the powder that doesn't take all of it, so it gets absorbed into your molds? Let me know in the comments. Is it the ink or is it the material? I don't want to turn that over. I'm scared. Let's do it. Y'all ready? I'm not. No, 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 no. I don't like it. No, no. You think it'll look better once it's sealed? Listen to that. You can hear the difference. I was so hoping, so hoping. Guess we won't really know until my sealer comes in. I do like the antique effect of it. From where we had to mix up, you know, a second batch because there wasn't enough of the first. Kind of disappointed. But I'm curious. What if we just... I know you're probably going to scream at me. Don't do it, Lo, don't. But see this little part down here at the heart tip? Kind of looks antiqued. What if we just wet it? Just to see. Y'all, when we get that sealer, I'm going to be the happy person. Not so much in this one. And I'm thinking, y'all, if we can get this definition with the sealer, woo, I will be happy. Wow. Okay. I'm going to withhold judgment until I get the sealer. Or I find my other one because I used to have some. Anyway, we had a lot done today. Learning about Perfect Cast. And mix to mold. For those of you who don't know anything about mix to mold, hopefully you learned something. I had only had 2 other experiences with mix to mold prior to today. First one was horrible, and I about gave up on it and decided to use up the last bit of the bag that I had, and I was like, whoop, I may be converted. And that was those 2 pieces I showed you in the beginning of the video. Perfect Cast, my opinion, has super potential. The only thing I would say that they need to change on it is the coloring. If they can make it white and not a grayish shoe or whatever, even in the bag, they have a very good product. It cures really well, really fast. But that coloring is so disappointing. So Perfect Cast, if you're out there and you're listening, can you change your recipe or your product to where it's actually white so it takes color better? I hope so. So my friends, once I get my sealant in and I get all of these finished, I will show you. But thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting with your experiences on these products. Thank you for coming and sharing your time with me. I will see you when it comes time to seal. See you soon. Okay, my friends, the product I was waiting on has come in from Amazon, and we can work on those pieces. So what I got was a seal wax. It's boot. Hang on a sec. The company brand is from Brea, Nicole. They also apparently make molds, like concrete molds. I bought this off Amazon, but they make candle molds, soap molds, pastry and baking molds, and concrete molds. And this is the wax. I will link it in my description, and it comes with a little application sponge. I have soft cloth here for buffing purposes. So we are going to try and see what we get. Excited. I'm also cold, but I'm also excited. Let me get this. So what should we work on first? Get that out of our way. Got so much stuff on my desk right now because we made all these pizzas. Let's do this because I think we're going to see the most change. Oops, and then I go and drop it. Glad it's not a liquid form, or that would not have been good. So we're just gonna get some of that on here, some of the wax, and start rubbing it in. Look how pretty those colors are coming out. And it's so smooth. Now, I didn't really do a lot as far as trimming or sanding, since this was just a test piece. Anybody's interested in it, let me know. I'll send it to you. Just cover the cost of shipping, how about that? Which shouldn't be too much because this doesn't weigh hardly anything. Okay. I'm gonna buff it. I guess this is where you do it. I don't know. need to put my glasses on. No wonder I can't see a thing. There we go. Wow, that is so smooth. And look at those colors, y'all. So what do y'all think? Let's do the other side, the back side. Definitely brings out the color, doesn't it? I mean, it was smooth before, but this just really makes it very smooth. Ooh, having a hard time holding stuff today. Hope everybody's doing good today. Still kind of cold here. Supposedly it's supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow. I don't know. North Carolina's weather is kind of weird. All right. Do that bottom. Really does bring out that color. All right. So those of you that have done a lot of eco resins, if I'm doing something incorrectly, please let me know. Am I using enough, not enough, too much? Now this oil, or this wax, has no scent whatsoever. Make sure we get this bottom good. Okay. All right, there's that one now. What do you think? Yep, I may be converted. All right. Oh, sorry, my nose is trying to run off my face again. So, let's see. We'll do this now. Mind you, this I had tried to do with this Folk Art Select seal. Just to see. I mean, it's sealed for sure, but why did that color turn like that? I don't understand it. Now, question, do you have to sand these pieces before you wax them? if they're smooth. That's something I don't know. Let me check that before I do any more. Hang on a second, guys.